Did you know that while Subaru is playing around with a harmless little horse, Priscilla killed Aldebaran 1,000 times? Spoilers ahead. Everything begins with Al watching the burial of the assassins who tried to kill Priscilla, the ones he and Heinkel had to take care of, as I mentioned in my other short. There, he meets Yai, who comments that the attackers were veteran warriors. She's surprised that Heinkel Astria managed to survive such an encounter. Al admits that the old man is much stronger than he thought, but confesses his true concern is the princess's safety. He knows he can't protect her every second of the day without making a single mistake, which is why he has Yai protecting her whenever he can't. His collaborator claims that with Aldebaran's power and her own, Priscilla is likely the safest person in the world. In her study, Priscilla confirms to Schult that the attackers came from the Wallachian Empire. Just then, Al arrives, and Priscilla asks him if he's done talking to the dead. This stuns him because the princess isn't supposed to know that Yai is still alive. Changing the subject, Al mentions how much he hates that country, revealing he spent 10 years as a gladiator on an island over there. Schult, with pure innocence, tells Al he's deeply glad he survived, as his life would be much lonelier without him. However, the tension explodes when Al asks why the Empire is so anxious to see Priscilla dead. The princess drops the ultimate bombshell. She originally belonged to the Wallachian imperial family and faked her death to escape the country. Al is left speechless. Priscilla explains that to inherit the imperial throne, one must undergo a ritual of fratricide, a literal slaughter between siblings. Furthermore, she reveals that the current emperor of Wallachia is, in fact, her own brother. Nervously, Al questions why she decided to participate in the royal selection if she knew that putting herself in such a public position would inevitably attract the empire and its assassins. Priscilla responds with a terrifying fire in her eyes, demanding he erase the idea that she fled out of fear and telling him he should be ashamed for suggesting she live in hiding. In that instant, Al feels an immense weight as he remembers it was his own decision that pushed Priscilla toward the crown when he refused to follow her late husband's plans. Priscilla fiercely declares that the Empire will not rest until they have her head, so she decides to resolve the conflict in person by traveling there. In a desperate attempt to ensure his lady's safety, Al begs her to abandon the royal selection and flee to save herself. Al was so worried that he didn't care about abandoning his own hidden objective if it was for his princess's sake, but suggesting to the Sun Princess that she live in fear is the ultimate insult. Priscilla stands up and summons her legendary Yang sword, slashing Al's throat and setting him ablaze on the spot. As he dies amidst the flames, Al only feels pity for Schult, who had to witness such a brutal execution. His life ends once more, restarting the time loop to try and convince Priscilla, but despite making 1,000 attempts, he never succeeded. Thus, Aldebaran had to head to Wallachia, where he would eventually cross paths with Subaru, who was cross-dressing while protecting a blue-haired girl. Remember that I've started a cut content series on the channel.